clean them now.
Had a big wound, it was very deep inside my life. I never knew God wanted to help me. Now I'm living clean. Power of him got me spiffy. Now I'm turned up to the light. Wounds are healed and now revealing God in me like Mr. Sheen. Well, what do you know? I'm clean. Addiction left my scene. Along with that, I'm feeling like I belong with a warrior crew. Obviously, I'm.
Yo, 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 what is good, y'all? Welcome to 4DAGOAT. We are back. We're trying to keep things rolling again. We took a little time off, about 2 months, and we're back rolling again. We had Edify last week, super dope artist out of Grand Rapids, Michigan area. There's a ton of talent in that area. Number one with their ministries, also with their music, and just dope individuals. So it was great having Edify. This week we got YJO with us in the house. YJO, man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What about you, man? I'm glad to be here, man, for real.
No, man, we appreciate you taking some time with us. And like I said, it's been dope to just kind of chop it up a little bit even before here. You know, all these people we get a chance to talk to a lot. Sometimes you get to meet them in person. Sometimes you just there's been people I just been talking to for years in chats.
And you just
you just now meet somebody face to face. So it's kind of the world we live in, good or bad, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But in this case, it's been dope, man. I know YJO here. Oh, YJO here for a little bit now, at least a couple years. Hey, let's talk about the YJO. YJO's been telling us that people mispronounce his name a lot. And it's probably because you have like your Flo Joes, you have your, you've had a lot of Joes over the year, I feel like. So I think when people see the name, they're like, oh, yeah, so it must be pronounced YJO. For those, anybody comes in, it is YJO, just like BRM. Anybody else, you would just say the letters. That's what we got. So, man, YJO, tell us a little bit about what you do, man. How'd you kind of get started in the Christian hip hop space, music? I know you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
How'd you get started, man?
I mean, it depends on if you want the long version or the short version.
Well, we talked about time and how to give me the short version. How'd you kind of get going with the Christian hip hop stuff, man? How'd you kind of get, producing and I mean, you rap, you sing, you produce, dude. Is that something that's always been in your blood, man? How you get going with that?
I would say I started playing drums when I was about 4. And then after that, I was about 16. I learned piano and organ. And I was always like, so even with that, I always loved music. So because I loved that, like I always wanted to create something of my own. So it kind of, when I got my first laptop, I kind of played around with it and did it like that. But like I didn't really start getting like into music of my own until I actually got to the point where like the music that I was listening to, like really didn't have any fruit in it. It wasn't bearing anything of God. So I was like, I don't want to listen to this. So I ended up, that was like the driving point for me to just make my own music that I like. And I really didn't care if anybody didn't, but at least I know where the spirit was coming from and it was going to bear fruit based on scripture. So the push for me came when I was about 18. That's when I officially started producing. And from there, that's really how it happened. And I from 18 till now, I've been producing. So that's about about 8 years.
Oh, dope.
8 years, around in there. I dropped my first track in 2017.
Oh, not too long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long
4 or 5
ago.
years ago.
Yeah. After that, I actually got signed with Enoch Flow, and then that's when everything like my actual career kind of took off, because my first single it wasn't that it was not good. it was horrendous. But but that's really how I got started. I got tired of music that didn't glorify God, and I wanted to make it on my own.
That's what's up. So you're, when people say they artists, you're an artist. I mean, so you're musically inclined. You know.
Yes.
Now, Strid, you're a producer as well. Are you musically inclined? Like that? Or you just like
oh, he put you on yo Strid.
Or you just over here pushing buttons on Fruity Loops?
He put me on the spot, ain't he?
Yo.
Hey, Strid, are you an artist like YJO? Wow, just say it, BRM. Am I an artist? Am I an artist?
No, I mean, I call myself an artist, and I don't do none of that, I guess. So I can write. I feel like I can write, so that makes me an artist. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody
he said musically inclined.
You know, like, I guess you're musically disabled. I guess.
All right, I take it back.
I get what you're saying though.
Strid, you do other instruments? I never asked you this before.
I play the drums. I play the drums.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
I play. Yeah, you know, I got some creative skills with some instruments. Yeah.
That's what's
I don't play any other instruments. I started learning how to play the keyboard when I was really young, but I never kept up with it. I'm trying to self-teach myself the keyboard again, trying to really learn it because I'm already leading worship music at my church, so I want to play some keys. And I know learning about the derivative of music helps you as a producer in a different way. So for me, probably like you, BRM, I'm very good with my ears when it comes to music. So I know what sounds good. I know what keys sound good, and I can play the keys very well. So when you hear me like creating the beats, most of the time, I mean, I know what the notes are, but a lot of times I know what sounds good. You know, I know that, you know, so I know there's producers who know what sounds good, and that there's producers who really know the scales and everything, you know, the notes and stuff.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. No, I mean, I know. So like TC Boyd, the artist who's part of RP North, he plays the drums. You know, I know he knows his way around a little bit on on the keyboard, and he produces as well. I just always think that's kind of a cool aspect. You're more. I always think if you're musically inclined, you have a little bit of more. Like for me, I guess I'm not really, but the Strid, kind of what you said, like. If I hear something, I know I like it right off the bat, or I know I don't, or you know what I mean. Like so, like I can hear. I always tell people I know if I like the beat in the first 10 seconds. Like no matter what beat is played, if you're a producer, whatever you're doing in the beginning, you better strike somebody's attention in the first 10 seconds because otherwise they don't move to the next thing. Because number one, that's the world we live in, and number two, nobody got time. I got time for that. I want to know if I like the beat right away. So anyway, like YJO, that beat that we picked for the that Unite track. As soon as that beat came out, it was just it was super kind of like simple, I guess. I would say simple. I can't do it, but it sounded.
It was really simple. It was like,
it was. I knew as soon as I heard that first two notes. It was like two notes. Doom, 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 you know, like whatever. But
hey, YJO. You can tell that BRM is not really musically inclined. You was like, that's three notes. That's all I did was three notes. BRM was like, yo, those three notes were so amazing.
They were awesome. Yo. But I knew. 5 seconds in, I said, "Oh, this beat is dope. This beat is dope. Let's go." No, but man, hey, guys, let's get into some music videos. You know, YJO is, you know, he's here to help us out tonight. We're gonna check stuff out. Of course, as always, if you all stop in, we're gonna give you some things that we like about it. And then if there's something that we're like, hey, maybe there's something they could have done differently for the next video or whatever. That they could take it or leave it, as I always say. But we just out here having fun, man. We trying to show some support to other artists in the space as well, and just have a good time, man. So, we're gonna get into the first video. First video I got lined up for tonight is this is actually from C4. Cortana, Save My Homies. This dude is part of Menace Movement with Dayton and all them dudes. And
is that what they call it now? Menace Movement? Is this who leads Menace Movement?
Dayton.
Oh, okay.
So he has his own thing that's kind of, it's got over money, which is what he's part of. But he has his own thing as well. So which is Menace Movement. So let's check this out. This C4, Save My Homies. This dude be spitting, man. Y'all check it out. Let us know what you think. Here we go.
Right. Yeah. Feel me. Right. Shmir, what up? What's good? Trying to tell him, yo. Look. Remember when I couldn't see straight? When Satan opened the briefcase, the day was sweeter than cheesecake. I had to fasten my seatbelt and hit the e-brakes. I wrote this down and spit it to Jesus. He had the stink face. Intercessory prayers until my knees break. Cause the reaper ready to meet you. I'm screaming, please wait. I heard they putting money on your head, and his goons and street sweepers ready to enter the sweepstakes. He thought he was the man with them heavy knots. Swore he was like Betty Crock whipping Ready Rock. I wanna swing a machete, drop his hand inside of that smelly pot, putting that venom out like he Eddie Brock. He can't see what I'm saying, no, guess he Fetty Rock. Rather share peanut butter jelly with a deadly op. That sells a trail of the hell, you don't accept your pots. Your flesh will rot from the flames and they don't never stop. And now I'm seeking for a place that's holy, so I could call upon the Lord, like please just save my homies. Pull them from the flames that's burning way below. I'm desperate calling on the Lord, like please just save my bros. She's sipping on that liquor till it kill her liver. Deep in depression, I'm like, Lord, can you just save my sister? I'm in the gap, I'm trying to take a stand. This is in the session, Lord, can you just save my fan? Yeah, I used to make that kill music. Lil homie don't rap, but with a jackhammer, he making drill music. These rap cats make poppin' pills music, but in front of the judge, it's just entertainment. It's not for real music. The Lord said bring something real to it. He sent this Holy Spirit to clean it up and put a seal to it. Where I live, they acting real ruthless. Ladder clips like they real Rufus. Yeah, kiss the forehead of your pretty moms. It get really gritty. The principalities that roam inside my city strong. He weighed on the digi scale, caught a shell, woke up and around getting tortured by the Digimon. You trying to stretch your pockets and fill it with extra profit. I try to warn them, but at home they don't respect the profit. And I was pressed to stop it and put them in check. Tell them how the wages of sin is death. You got direct deposit, no. And now I'm seeking for a place that's holy, so I could call upon the Lord, like please just save my homies. Pull them from the flames that's burning way below. I'm desperate calling on the Lord, like please just save my bros. She's sipping on that liquor till it kill her liver. Deep in depression, I'm like, Lord, can you just save my sister? I'm in the gap, I'm trying to take a stand. This is in the session, Lord, can you just save my fan? Yeah.
All right, yo, that was C4, Save My Homies. And yo, so I've been following C4 for a couple years now. And that was another dude who would be doing a lot of these challenges and stuff like that for quite some time. So we started following each other and that kind of stuff. That's where I started following Monster Tarver and all these people who were we were all doing challenges together. And it's just dope to see that he's Dayton got wind of him. Saw a dude was just spitting. That's what he does, man. He just gets on and starts spitting. A lot of times he probably doesn't even need like a hook. He just go on there and just start giving that gritty. He's got that grit, that growl in his in his flow, man. So I think he's dope. This video in particular, that was the first time I seen the whole thing. I just saw a couple clips on maybe IG and that kind of stuff, but I thought it was dope. I like dude's voice. He almost kind of brings me back to like the old school era, not the old school, but like that like kind of like gritty gangster kind of that rap sound era where like like Jada Kiss and like them dudes just got on the mic and just kind of started going in. I grew up on that, and I love that stuff. So I like him. The video was dope. Me and Strit talk about this a lot, where like you just pick a location, you grab like 3 or 4 angles, and you make the most out of it. I thought they had a dope, I thought they had a nice camera. They got good shots. They got, they kind of pulled it up on his face, kind of got away a little bit, got him sitting. They made the most out of an area, which I always think is cool. So man, that was dope. YJO, what'd you think of C4?
It was dope. It kind of had that nostalgic feel. I'm noticing like a lot of music now is kind of transitioning into that era, and it's a dope era of bringing like modern, like fusing the old school kind of with the modern day. It's kind of like lo-fi, but it's not lo-fi. Kind of mixing those elements together. Like
those beats, right?
He's one of, So like he mixed it very well, especially like you said with his voice. Like it coincides with the way the beat like rides really well, and the video was on point too. Good.
Straight, man, what you think of C4? Straight, have you heard C4?
Nah, this is the first time I've heard of
cool. Dope.
Yeah, first time I seen.
First time hearing them. What you think of C4?
I mean, y'all pretty much said mostly everything I was going to say.
Hey, reiterate it. Make us look smart. Make us look smart.
All right. His voice, he sounded like, the style was like gangster style, like Jada Kiss.
Okay, next.
I'm gonna say one thing about the video though. I like the movements. Even though you said it was the same scene. Yeah, the movements was consistent on every shot. It was just
good movement.
Consistent, and
definitely.
I get that kind of kept it interesting.
Yeah,
because there weren't any other shots except for him. Right. So I think you got to do that, or you got to be real creative. So I think this was good.
Yeah, that was true. And it's true too. Like you can, everybody nowadays, almost if you're shooting a video. If you don't have a gimbal, I shoot a lot of my videos, and they're kind of, I've said this a million times. They're kind of like B minuses, maybe C, C plus, whatever you want to call my videos, but they're at least shot. I shoot them on my iPhone. I have a gimbal. You guys can get this gimbal. It's called an Osmo. And if you don't want to go out and buy yourself a $600 Canon or something like that, iPhones are shooting at 4K. The new iPhone has got a cinematic mode, which I'm going to explore. So, I mean, I've always been somebody who does things myself. That might not be you. And you might want to go out and pay somebody, $300, $400, $500 to shoot your video, depending on who you're going to do. And that's cool too, man. But like for me, like there's no excuse that if you're going to shoot stuff yourself, just get the gimbal.
You shoot your own videos sometimes? I mean, while you perform?
Well, no. So like I'll have I have my son hold the gimbal. And he literally knows how to use it. I mean,
I was gonna say,
So I mean, this, and actually, for those who don't know, the gimbal has. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on this, but the gimbal actually has a tracking software that goes along with it. So, like, if I wanted to shoot a video by myself, which I was actually thinking about doing in the next couple of weeks, so I wanted to kind of mess around with it. It will track you. In a place, in a room, and all that stuff as well. So you put your hand up like this, it reads where you're at, and then you can go to town. So if you can't get somebody to hold the mic, the gimbal and the software will do that as well. So with technology these days, you can literally do anything, and not for a lot of money. So I'm not knocking anybody who's spending money, or please go ahead. If your boy is a videographer, support your boy and go from there. But anyway, so. No, that was dope. Super dope. I like C4, like I said. And obviously they beat all this stuff is usually top notch, especially Menace movement. So super dope. All right, we're gonna get into another one. This one is from, I saw, this one's from Cam Bam. I like this dude. He sings as well, raps. I just like his style, man. This one is called Rain Down. This is one of his newest videos. I have not actually seen it yet. I've seen like maybe like 30 seconds of it. So let's check it out right now together. Here we go.
I know you've been through the fire, and you know what it's like to lose. It ain't like you've never tried, but life ain't been too fair to you. When you can't feel a thing inside, and you don't know what to do, you just look up to the sky, and heaven gon' rain down on you.
I bet you never thought you could fall this far from a song. And now you trying to tell me that you too far gone cause you numb. You made a couple mistakes, been rough, you been through the mud. And now you trying to tell me why you think that you ain't worth God's love. Man, come on. You got drunk a couple times, tried to find God, got judged. As soon as you try and come back, that's when the problems pop up. And I can tell you from experience, living that life's not fun. I pray you cry out right now and fall back into God's arms.
I know you've been through the fire, and you know what it's like to lose. It ain't like you've never tried, but life ain't been too fair to you. When you can't feel a thing inside, and you don't know what to do, you just look up to the sky, and heaven gon' rain down on you.
I promise you that I have witnessed the death grips of addiction. I sold drugs like a punk. I probably should've went to prison. I blaspheme God so bad on some old songs that I've written. I used to pray to Satan, if I don't get high, I'ma turn Christian. I stole money from my own mom and my dad, dog, that's vicious. I knew I never could have mended all the pain that I inflicted. I just wanna be transparent with you, I don't wanna be cryptic. I really felt like a misfit, but still found this forgiveness. So what's to say about you and all the things you've been through? The devil lying through his teeth, I'm telling you it ain't true. If God chased me down, homie, I can promise he gon' save you. That's facts. He's probably waiting on you, but he'll always make a way through.
I know you've been through the fire, and you know what it's like to lose. It ain't like you've never tried, but life ain't been too fair to you. When you can't feel a thing inside, and you don't know what to do, you just look up to the sky, and heaven gon' rain down on you. Heaven gon' rain down on you. Heaven gon' rain down on you. Heaven gon' rain down on you.
All right. That was Kanban, Rain Down. I just got a question here real quick in the comments. Where do we send music before we break down Kanban here? At 4DAGOAT Live is where you can send music to. We will check it out. And mostly we will play mostly everybody's music as long as it is clean. We do mostly Christian hip hop for anybody kind of tuning in. Mostly Christian hip hop. Yeah, anything positive as well, I will also play. If it's got profanity, it will definitely not be played. Y'all could go somewhere. There's other shows that do that. So at 4DAGOAT Live, you guys can submit music there in the DM, and we will check out the video. YouTube link is preferred. Kanban. I like dude. Strid. Have you heard Kanban before?
Nah.
Okay. Why don't you break it down first?
You ain't heard of Kanban, bro?
So Strid. So Strid is
I feel like I'm outdated or something. I need to catch up with times. Y'all making me feel bad.
so YJO, this is actually why I kind of like Strid on here, because there is no like favoritism, politic, nothing you're gonna get from him, because number one, he doesn't really you don't really keep up in like the social media space per se. You know, so
but straight on with you though. Like I don't either. That's the thing. Like I don't. The only reason I know of him is because I got to engineer his vocals.
Beats.
That's the only reason.
Yes.
Only reason.
Okay.
Yes. So it's nice having Straight on here, because that's why I'll always ask him, like, so have you heard of this dude? And if he hasn't, Straight, why don't you give us your first take of what you think of Cam Band?
I'll give you I'll give you my. This is a good start, because y'all heard of him and I haven't. So
absolutely.
Let me break it down. I think I think the video. I thought the story was the best part of this video.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Everything he rapped about, it just kind of felt like it kept up with the story of each scene of the music video.
Yeah.
So it kept my interest. One of the things I realized too is like the ending. Sometimes when we look at story type of music videos, we don't see a good ending. But this one had a good ending. It had a successful ending. Sometimes music videos stories don't show success.
That's a good
and
point.
Sometimes it leaves you wondering, like, okay, what happened? So they did a good job with this music video, taking us to the success of her, you know, in church, and she giving her life to God or whatnot. I thought it was interesting too. The Bible and the stand. How all it took was for her to look at the Bible. I was like, huh. I just wonder if that is all it takes for a lot of people. Like for some reason, I don't think so. I think for a lot of people who's really depressed, suicidal, I think it can happen, but I just feel like a lot of times it takes like another person or a person who's really anointed or something to help draw that person back. To speak words of encouragement or something. I thought it was interesting, you know. The Bible. I wonder how that speaks to people when they watch this music video. Because a lot of times,
true.
True. A lot of times, you know, I think the world downplays the Bible. You know, so
sure. Good point.
Yeah. That is.
What'd you think of Cam Band? So he has a lot of like he has some lower stuff, like where he's singing and that kind of like melancholy, but he has he has also that upbeat, more like and if he ever stopped in, he'd probably be like, oh man, I'm sick of people kind of comparing me to NF, but he has some stuff. He's got some stuff like NF as well. That
I didn't want to say any of that. I was tempted to say that, but I was like, I'm staying away from that because I know people don't want to be compared.
People don't want to hear stuff like that. But for me to give you a better idea of some of the stuff that he has, it's kind of, he's got some stuff that is like that as well, which I draw to because I do like that stuff as well. So anyways, so what'd you think of the kind of the melancholy and the singing and that type of lyric? YJO, you could jump in too, man. What'd you think of that? What'd you think of that track?
I thought he was just giving it to you.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No, that's my bad. I should have addressed it.
But I mean, I'm songs like this that deal with like depression and real life stuff. I'm not really like it's not like my go-to music of like listening to stuff like that. But I mean, when I hear it or like it's just like a critique or something like that, I always listen in to, of course, to the message and engineering, so forth. Everything that I heard, visuals, everything was on point, and it matched, and it coincided. It meshed really well together. So, for this particular track, the message that's portrayed is more for people that's going through it. So if I do believe if somebody that's going through it, either listen to the song or watch the video, it would help them. I can guarantee that God would definitely speak to somebody that's going through something like that.
Yeah, and music does that for people, man. I mean, there's a reason why
it has that power. Music is one of the most powerful things on this earth, man.
there's songs I can literally, I mean, you know, like I put it on in the car and like I can feel like shoot, that people are gonna be like, what's wrong with this dude? He got a tear, he's got like tears in his eyes. It'll be like the same song. It'll be almost like the same song, you know, every time, you know. So like it's either your life just kind of coincides with a moment in time when that song or dude, it could be anything when it comes to people. So yeah, it's just one of them songs.
You ever drive your car and the tear come down and then you know somebody else drive it like you like
oh you gotta fix.
But I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
You're crying. Nah, that's crazy. But no, man, Cam, man, that was dope. That was a dope track. I enjoyed it. I like the melancholy kind of feel of it too. You know, people going through stuff, man. So if they pick up the Bible, hopefully that's gonna change things around at one point or another.
Just hold it.
Just hold it. I guess see what happens. See what happens. Dope, man. We're gonna just hop into another one. We're gonna keep it moving. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about we did place a topic, self-indulgence. We had kind of put that on the flyer that we wanted to kind of just talk about a little bit. So we're gonna play one more here. We got a couple more videos I got in store, but let's play this one and then maybe we'll jump into that. This one is actually from someone you will know, YJO, Josiah Lowe. I figured I might as well go and pick somebody kind of from the squad as well.
From the squad
a little bit. And, you know, him and Jay Fish, I'm fans of, obviously as well as yourself. So, you know, I like what y'all are doing, and I like what these dudes are doing as well. But this is Josiah Lowe, and this was a little bit of an older video for him, but it was called Standard. Let's check it out. Let's see what he worked.
Keeping me in check, got some manners. Hanging on my bruise like a banner. Allen Iverson, I got the answer. We don't need a rules, just check the standards. I don't need rules, I'ma check the standards. Gotta make moves that don't leave me hammered. Gotta make calls like the commander, but there's only one to whom I answer. Gotta be the one who cures my cancer of this sin that I choose to pamper. Park my camper, no green lantern. Time to start a fire, so I gave you a sampler. I can't even lie, been really just struggling. Tried to start rapping, but really was stumbling. Hard in the game when these fans just were mumbling. Giving them bars and they look at you puzzling. Sorry I said it, but I mean it. You might get offended, but see it. You might only tune in my beats, and I'm out here just grinding with nothing defeated. And I ain't gon' change, cause I'm really trying to make it. Switch up a sound that'll leave me naked. Flip it all around so good like Ye did. Calling out the clowns and the fakes, yo Satan. You can just chill, cause I see you trying so hard to get me to just be you. I've been hearing your lies and I see through all of your trash. Sorry loose, I don't need you. These are the thoughts, cramping my style. Hold myself up to a standard that's wild. Low been that way since your boy was a child. And I won't drop a song, is it gon' make you smile? If I be honest, it's been hard. Been throwing out songs like it's trash in the yard. Been down on my knees and been talking to God. Gon' put this out and depend on my squad, yeah. Keeping me in check, got some manners. Hanging on my bruise like a banner. Allen Iverson, I got the answer. We don't need the rules, just check the standards. Keeping me in check, got some manners. Hanging on my bruise like a banner. Allen Iverson, I got the answer. We don't need the rules, just check the standards. I don't like rapping, what am I saying? Business self-conscious, flexed on the gram. Just being honest, true to my fans. Been gone for a while, wasn't trusting the plan. Even the process, shout out to Philly. Doing it my way was leaving me silly. Back in the prison, yeah, shout out to Millie. But don't being meek, I got bars of the chili. Speaking of chili, whip out a spoon. It's time to eat when J-Lo's in the room. Ready to sweep, so get out the broom. Wanna give me a beat, I'll show you to his tomb. Laying it down with the pride. Follow the law till it kills me inside. I got that standard that points to the sky, and I'm working in search of the day that I fly. With this beat by Kim, but I ain't no spacey. Catch me giving thanks without the Macy. Looking for a dime, could call me Jay-Z. If she love the Lord, then that's my lady. Be so wavy, they hate me, bout the love just like the 80s.
They don't play me like I'm Tracy. I'm talking at McGrady, so I'm draining on the beat like Swish. Cause shooters gonna shoot, don't miss. Double entendre, just rest my gift. Feed you all this wordplay off my dish. Yeah, I'm up the bat, so that's all hits. All of these words, man, that's all hits. Came from the Berg, yeah, shout out to Wiz. Keeping me in check, could call him the quiz, yeah. Keeping me in check, got some manners. Hanging on my Bruce like a banner. Allen Iverson, I got the answer. We don't need the rules, just check the standards. Keeping me in check, got some manners. Hanging on my Bruce like a banner. Allen Iverson, I got the answer. We don't need the rules, just check the standards.
Yo, that was Josiah Lowe. That was Standard. Dope track. I like Josiah's voice. Him and Jay Fish. I like both of their voices. Cool video. I like the video too. So YJO, do you engineer a lot of the team's work, or do is it separate places, or how does it kind of work?
Yeah.
With some of
well, I used to, because I'm no longer with AFR, but
yeah.
When I did engineer their vocals, they would send them to me because they're in Philly. So I honestly didn't know that they were in Philly until Jay Fish came aboard and he told me like where he was from.
Oh no!
So when we had chopped it up, he was like, "Yeah, I've been Pennsylvania." I was like, "Well, wow, you like 2 hours like from where I was, like where I used to stay in Connecticut." And he's like, "Connecticut, my wife's from Connecticut."
Oh, you all are actually decent.
So it was, yeah, like I was planning on going. I probably still will, but once I go up to Connecticut, I'll probably drive down to PA and see him in person. Yeah, we were that close. But yeah, whenever I used to engineer their vocals, they would send them to me and I would engineer it.
Yeah, do your thing.
But yeah.
So let's talk about this real quick since we got you on, and then we can kind of talk about the video and stuff. But like, so you do a lot of production for a lot of artists. I was looking at, I mean, not to like just kind of like throw out, but when I have people on the show, I want to throw out what it is they do. I was looking at a little bit of the, when people go to your IG, folk, this is just a little tip. Let people know a little bit, kind of like what you do. I mean, people kind of like to know, maybe what you did, what you've done. It's just a little tip. Just let people know what you do, what you about. But I mean, YJO here, he's done some production for Derek Minor, Dre Murray, R. Swift, Mike Teasy.
You done production, not engineering. Production.
Production.
I've done engineering for Derek Minor.
Okay.
Dre Murray, I didn't engineer, but I produced for him. Most of everybody else I think aside from him, he's the only one. And Camden, I engineered his vocals, but I didn't produce for him. Most everybody that's listed on my kind of credits, I've either. I think Dre Murray is the only one that I haven't engineered for. Everybody else I've produced and engineered for.
Yeah. So y'all like if he know what he's doing.
I may need to hit you up for a song like the engineer. You got skills, man.
Yeah. So and what I like about
just let you know, man. Just let you know.
Right. Put it out. I mean, put it out there. You never know, right? You put it out there. But what I like about YJO is like, so we talked a little bit about, let's talk about this song real quick, and then we'll get into a little bit. But I thought the song was dope. I'm a basketball guy. I played ball in high school. I still play. I played this morning. So I like basketball references. I like that the answer Iverson, some might say, is kind of like a played out line a little bit, but I still thought it was dope. I liked the, you know, I liked his voice. I liked how he threw it in the hook. Kind of brought it around to the measurements and the standard. So I liked what he did with the hook there. And I liked his verses. They started to seem a little long. I don't. Maybe it's just because I'm getting tired of. I'm just getting old, and I'm getting tired of the 16 bars sometimes with the slower beats or something. I don't know what it is. But that being said, I liked a lot of his lines. Like I said, I'm a fan of these dudes. I like what him and Jay Fish do, and so it was a cool track. And I like the video. It was not crazy. It wasn't like a storyline type of video like you would have got with Kanban. But again, you show up to a location, you get you some shots, you get you out of visual, you know, and you're pretty much good to go. So you know, I enjoyed it. Strid, probably the first time you've heard of Josiah.
I don't know why. I just knew you was going to say that. Yeah, that's correct, man.
I think I'm funny. It's a terrible thing. But Strid, what'd you think about it, man?
I thought this was cool. It was cool.
It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like, you know, my favorites out of the video, all the videos I've seen tonight. But
it was cool.
What I like about his style, his rap style, is his flow. You know, I'm big on flows because I really focus on my flow when I rap. But that stuck out in his music. His voice was cool. The auto tune on the hook was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Well balanced. The only thing I didn't like about the video, which I kind of felt was out of place, was the shot that was it looked like it was nighttime, or at first it looked like he was in a dark room, but I think I can tell that it was nighttime. To me, that just felt like it was out of place because everywhere else was daytime. If it was something else happening with the shot at nighttime, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how you would do it, but
yeah,
it would have felt like it was a part of the video. Just making that shot seem like it was a part of the video somehow, or just take it out. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
That's my only thought about the video.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to get into YJO, like, so you're doing a lot of production, man. Like you said, you kind of put your first track out 2016, 2017, and you kind of started to build a little bit in the space. You do a lot of production. I see a lot of time. You know, yada yada yada. Mitch Durrell, YJO on, you know, YJO on the beat, whatever, yada yada. So, do you prefer doing a beat, or do you prefer, you know, rhyming and rapping or singing on the track? You got one that you kind of like, you prefer doing?
That's kind of like trying to tear me in half.
Yeah, I get it.
But if I had to choose one, I guess my music career kind of goes along with my personality. Like I'm an introvert. So anything that I can do like in the background and I don't have to be seen and I'm not in the forefront is cool with me, which that would be production. Like I'll make this beat for you. You just take the beat, because they'll be like, oh no, what you want it? No, just take the beat and then you have it. I'll even give it to you free if you don't like that's how extreme sometimes.
Leave me alone.
But I probably would say more so production, because that's just what I like to do. If I had a choice of which one, but I mean, if you wanted me, or if somebody wanted me on the track, I'm not opposed to being on the track at all.
You do well on both.
Cause so it's kind of up in the air, but that's why I'm saying, like, you trying to tear me in half, man.
No, my bad. I just had a feeling you were gonna pick the production, and the way you explained it, guys. This is a little bit why I have YJO on here tonight, because we're talking a little bit. We put a topic about self-indulgence, and the only time I ever see this dude really on social media, I never see him arguing with nobody. I never see foolery. We all have some foolery in our life, but I don't ever see foolery on social media from this dude. And that to me is always kind of a good character in my eyes, especially nowadays, because I just think it's absolutely whatever. It's not needed. It's ridiculous nowadays. So, anyways, but I love the fact that he's kind of a behind the scenes guy. He does his music. You know, I could tell you love your family, man. We talked. You bought a home. You know, we were doing work in the house, man. And I So, anyways, I could just tell that you're a good dude, man. And we were talking about self-indulgence and Strid. I wanted to get into this a little bit. You kind of had a definition. You said you wanted to kind of break down for us about self-indulgence and just a lot of stuff that we see a lot on social media. Number one, I'm not here like throwing a stone at nobody. I will sit here and admit I have fallen down the rabbit hole here and there over the years with the music stuff, because it's a fine line, and it can be tough. You know, so with the way you go about doing it. But Strid, let's just start first with give us. You said you had a definition. Man, I want to hear this definition.
Man, I feel like the nerd because I have the definition.
Hey, don't feel like the nerd. If it helps, I have 2 degrees.
Oh, that's good.
Degrees.
Oh, my man. Okay.
Thank you. Making me feel better. All right, cool. My camera. All right, there you go.
There you go.
So, yeah, I was, first of all, I want to say that what made us come up with self-indulgence was what we talked about last week, the last show, when we felt like every time we looked on social media, it kind of made us feel like we didn't want to look at social media much because of all the posts that we were seeing. And I don't think that all the posts were like posts of self-indulgence. No, but I think some of it just made it feel like that social media was so oversaturated with posts.
Yes.
That we kind of got tired of it. But
exactly.
I think self-indulgence is just one of the big issues that we see on social media. And that's one of the terms that popped in my head after we left the last show. So I'm going to give y'all what I looked up what self-indulgence is.
Yeah, please.
I don't know what dictionary this is. But
what the source is.
Yeah, the source. It says excessive or unrestrained gratification of one's own appetites or desires. And this also goes for sudden desires. I looked up another definition, which is more of a Christian-based type of definition, which kind of shows you that self-indulgence is a sin. And so this definition says, or it speaks to the sin of it says that it's satisfying our own sinful desires, lusts, and pleasures, which is pretty much the Christian version of self-indulgence. It's when you lust, when you're pleasuring your own self, when you're desiring so much to the point it's almost like you're self-worshiping yourself, your own image, or you're, I guess, worshiping whatever you're lusting after.
Sure.
But that's the definition, and I feel like I'm just say that I think that I'm sure that y'all will agree, but posting on social media is good. There's nothing wrong with posting on social media. So if anybody's listening to this, we're not saying that posting images of yourself is bad, and posting what you do is bad. I think we have social media as a good outlet to market what you're doing, to promote what you're doing. I think when it becomes self-indulgence, I feel like a lot of it is a heart condition. Like when you post stuff and deep inside you're posting it for the wrong reasons.
Why? Why are you posting?
Why are you posting?
Exactly.
Posting images, and you may be posting it just because you want to see how many likes you can get. You may be posting it because you have insecurities about yourself.
Yeah. And, you need that rush. You need that feeling.
You need that feeling. Yeah. So I think self-indulgence creeps in that way. So we can't always tell when somebody is lusting or pleasuring when they're posting images.
No.
Sometimes we can. Sometimes because of the comments that people make on social media.
Yeah.
We can
the
see
excessiveness.
Yeah.
The excessiveness too, and like you said, the comments.
Yeah.
And again, Strip brings up a point. It was just something me and Strip were actually just talking about after the last show was when you step away from it for a while. Like for about 2 months, I was basically stepped away from. I was on social media checking in, seeing what YJO, maybe what's his new beat, or checking out the newest verse or whatever. But I wasn't really in it, part of it. Like anybody who knows, like if it's CHH, like I kind of know what's going on. I know what people are doing. I kind of know I was basically away from that for 2 months. After coming back from it, after all my house stuff, I'm sitting here and I'm just watching. And I told Strid, I kind of just felt sick. Like I just kind of felt sick. Like every day, here we are, just posting. Some people every single day posting. And I just kind of felt like we have to say something about it, whether there's 2 people watching or not, or whatever. But it was just something that definitely people need to just kind of check that why is the word I always say. Check your why, man. Check why are you doing it? As somebody who's running a little side hustle for myself here with the graphics and mixing and doing some of that stuff. Okay, so you got to post to be relevant. You got to post so people can see what your work is. Literally every time I post something after I do something, like I make a graphic for somebody, I'll get somebody else who hits me up that wants to do a graphic. Same thing with a beat. You want to show what that beat was that you just made. So how can you – so I guess here's the question, right, a little bit. What are some tips that we can offer or do for ourselves to keep us out of that self-indulgent nature, that sin that, is something as simple as making sure you're in the word more, making sure it's it's not as easy as saying, oh, don't be self-indulgent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we know that, so I mean, it's like, what are some tips that we could say that like, all right, how can we check ourselves? Is it good to take that fast? You see a lot of people take that social media fast and they got to tell you they taking the social media fast. Do you need to tell me? You need to tell me that you're taking the social media fast, or just go do it?
No.
You should keep that to yourself.
Just do it.
Yeah. YJO, anything, man? I mean, because it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, right? Or is it?
I mean, it is if you want it to be. I mean, everybody has a choice of what they. That's a good point. Everybody has a choice of what they want to do, whether it's, I mean, it's good or bad. So, whatever you do, you always have a choice of doing it. And me and my wife are big on this because I mean, we'll be like, oh, you don't want to do that. You just don't want to do it. And we like, I mean, you had a choice to do, like whether or not you wanted to do it or not. And that's really our thing, for real. So for me, like self-indulgence, if people want to step away from it, they really need to check like their relationship with God, because anything that you do, especially when you're in service to Him, is always going to be for His glory. So if you're posting something about yourself and it's not business related and it's not to boost the kingdom or edify the kingdom, then I mean, what really are you doing it for? Like literally, what really are you doing it for? So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Check your why, right? Check your why.
I'm just gonna say, I mean, we know that being in the word is helpful, but I think to take an extra step, we just got to we may have to step away from social media, but not just step away. I mean, we have to get in the word. We have to stay fed, spiritually fed. But I think just starting your day off, not looking at social media, but instead spending time with God. I know for me, like I know for me, I'm sure everybody can relate. Our flesh is weak, so I think in order for us to not want to self-indulge, we have to crucify our flesh, which is the Bible says crucify your flesh. But I think at the same time, when you're crucifying your flesh, you're feeding your spirit, man. So the Holy Spirit is, you know, is pouring into your spirit. And I know every time I spend more time with God, I become more hungry for God. So I think we have to build hunger for God so that our flesh won't be hungry for, you know, things like social media or self-indulgence in our flesh.
That's an excellent point, man. Because what you feed your spirit is what you gonna eat every day. And if your spirit man eats something that ain't of God, it's gonna either fall in love with it or you gonna push it to the side. It's just like with foods you like and foods that you don't like. You are gonna eat what you like. And if the world is what you like, that's what you gonna eat.
Right.
Literally.
You are what you eat.
Exactly, and that goes for you spiritually too. Because I've done it before. Like when especially when you haven't spent time with God, you wake up and it's like, oh, let me see what my post did, and you ain't thought about God at all. But you know you did something on social media and you wanted to check it. You wanted to check it, and sometimes you ain't even got a reason to go in there, but you open it anyway.
You just do it.
You just do it. It's become like a natural thing.
Yeah.
So you have to really like zone in you have to draw your mind in if you're gonna really have a true relationship with God, because that self-indulging in things that is not of God, because we know most 90% of social media is not, it doesn't have anything to do with God. Even we have friends that claim that they follow God, but still stuff pops up that it's like, what is this?
We're still out here acting a fool, right?
I'm gonna even say it's an addiction for most people.
It's an addiction.
It's a stronghold for most people, and it needs to be taken down. So it's not, it's like you said, BRM is you can say, yeah, I'm gonna stop indulging in my own self, but for some people it's very hard because they're addicted. So it has to be destroyed. It has to be taken down by God. And if you want to take it down, if you want God to take it down for you, you really gotta persevere and like stay in His Word in order for the addiction to go away.
It's just like with any other addiction, man. Alcohol, pornography, all of those tie into one another.
Oh,
all
my God. They're all so very you literally can you could compare them all because they're all it's all the same. It's all the same. It's the same feelings, basically. It's the same whether you want to admit it or not.
You want self gratification, whether it's like I need my alcohol, I need my video, I need to log in here real quick. I don't care what it. I mean, it all goes back to you needing something to gratify yourself.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, guys, whatever it is, you know, and you know, y'all know. I think sometimes we don't even know until it's like you step away from it and then like start to come back to it. And then you're like,
what's that? The withdrawal syndrome? The withdrawal.
yeah. You could have a withdrawal.
Like a crackhead, man, for real. Like it get deep. Like for real. Like I need my phone. I need. Come on.
I need it.
So,
but man, it's tough. It's tough too, especially if you're somebody who out there selling beats, or you know you're trying to book shows, and you know you're trying to get this and that, and man, it can be a difficult thing to navigate. You know, so just, you know, I would just say take some little breaks here and there. Obviously, be in the Word. I mean, we all know if you out of the Word.
Yeah, you setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. But I mean, yeah, man, take some little breaks. Because we all need some breaks, man. We all need some breaks. So man, I like that though. I like that self-indulgence, man, and just kind of bringing that up because that's social media. That's social media. Hey, y'all. Hey, let's break off from this real quick. I wanted to play one more. We had another track here. Hey, YJO, I did grab this one because I noticed one, so YJO, there's no song. Do you even have a video of yourself?
I don't, because I don't do. Again, it goes back to what I said. I'm an introvert, man. So like I started shooting a video and never finished the video. Like literally, I did, and it gotta
get you one video. You gotta get you a video,
bro.
man.
I got to my wife was always like, "Well, you out there, people know who you are. You should be recording." I'm like, nah.
I'm gonna be checking my phone to see if people like it.
For real.
Now I gotta fall down this rabbit hole, honey. I ain't trying to get down there. No. So I mean, I did grab a video for anybody who drops in. It's your lyric video with the laced up. I did grab the laced up lyric video. I thought that was I don't know what you think about it or whatnot, but I thought it was a dope track. Yeah.
It is.
So we're gonna play it, man, because I actually thought it was well done. The lyric video was well done. So I want to give y'all just a little taste of YJO here. If you have not heard him before, he is on here, doing his thing in a verse. And did you produce that as well?
I did.
And he produced it as well. So y'all gonna get a 2-for-1 here. We're gonna play it up right now. It is Laced Up. This is YJO Laced Up featuring Jay Fish. So y'all get a chance to hear Jay Fish, who I mentioned earlier in the show as well. Here we go.
Yeah, you know we laced up. You should pick your pace up. I ain't got no time for people who live in complacent. If you got a dream but don't work, keep your day shift. The hours that you put in dictate where your place is. Yeah, you know we laced up. You should pick your pace up. I ain't got no time for people who live in complacent. If you got a dream but don't work, keep your day shift. The hours that you put in dictate where your place is. Yeah, tighter Nikes, I ain't got no time to waste. All you acting foolish, I got poker face. Yeah, focus on the mission, no, you don't know the mission. I guess you can till God put you back in your place. And that's the truth, gaining speed, oh no, I can't wait for you. Strap the boots, working hard, I know that's not what you do. Okay, what's new? Say you grinding, but I don't see the proof. Man, I true, oh I sneeze cause I'm allergic to poop. Putting work because I'm all about the impact. But God ain't blessing nothing if I never see that sin. That confused that you ain't where you wanna be, oh I can pin that. God asked you to step up, but I'm watching as you sit back. Know me at all, you know I grind. Every W God, it's never mine, yeah. Name on the list, the dotted line, yeah. Laced up and ready, yo, all the time, yeah. Yeah, you know we laced up. You should pick your pace up. I ain't got no time for people who live in complacent. If you got a dream but don't work, keep your day shift. The hours that you put in dictate where your place is. Yeah, you know we laced up. You should pick your pace up. I ain't got no time for people who live in complacent. If you got a dream but don't work, keep your day shift. The hours that you put in dictate where your place is.
Yeah, I got a dream, God put me on the day shift. Nike, I got victory in Christ, check the laces. I heard all the goals taking up on a spaceship. Watch me shoot it down with a laser cannon from the angels. Feel like David with the lyrical. Y'all swimming in the kiddie pool. I'm on water, it's a miracle. Script flow, I'm acting cynical. God really got surgical. On my brain, conscious said he repaired thoughts, snare, impair, yeah, he bear in a very individual. Check the visual. New perspective on my mental. God, man, power flowing through me. Simple. Me and Fish got that new. Filled with power from the most high. While y'all loose, like Chucky fence the shoes. Y'all some sly coons, acting like y'all with us, but y'all really out of pocket. Ooh, God fearing me, yeah, they say it with their chest. Jellybacks weak and complaining about the test.
You know we laced up, you should pick your pace up. I ain't got no time for people who live in complacent. If you got a dream but don't work, keep your day shift. The hours that you put in dictate where your place is. Yeah, you know we laced up, you should pick your pace up. I ain't got no time for people who live in complacent. If you got a dream but don't work, keep your day shift. The hours that you put in dictate where your place is.
Yo, that was that YJO featured Jay Fish.
Yo, man, I never heard of YJO. Who's YJO? Yo, who's YJO?
Hey, Straight, you ever heard of YJO and Jay Fish?
Nah.
I love it, man.
Man.
So was that 3 chords? Was that 3 chords on the beat?
That it was. I mean, that you would pick the oldest song. Like I wasn't even as good as like I am now.
Right.
With engineering, like with beats as well as engineering. I probably could have made a better beat, but you would pick a song where I just like finally like learn how to engineer and
it's definitely my bad. Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's a good song. It sounds good.
It's a dope song, and the reason I picked it though is because I'm telling you, this man had no videos. And we do videos here for literally like 99% of tracks we play. So this dude had no videos, so I had to pick one that at least had a lyric video, which we do play on the show. So that's why I picked it.
Right. I would have hated that too. I would have hated that.
But I get it. Like if you would have picked my song, one of my songs that I put out like 4 years ago, I'd have been like, I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna leave the show. I'm gonna leave the show right now. But your verse. Now let's hold on a second.
Now that's the disclaimer. I was going. Yeah. Now my
I was
verse.
about to say,
that's probably one of the best verses.
Yes, we can maybe talk a little bit about the engineering or whatever. But if people are listening. Yeah, this dude's engineering is literally on point. His beats are on point. Just about every beat I hear is flames. So don't listen to any of that. But if you just heard him on that verse right there, there's nothing that could be complained about with that verse right there. So that was super fire, man.
I was going to ask which verse was which because
he's the end.
I don't know either. I figured you was the end, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't sure. I thought it was just your song. So yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. I was on the end.
You were on the end. Yeah.
That was
so YJO. I first of all, I apologize. We always try to keep the show under an hour, but I'm excited to have YJ on here tonight, and I have questions and stuff like that. Like I said, we've been following each other for a few years now. Commenting on each other's posts, and we actually got a track coming out called Unite. Y'all got to watch out for that. Featuring Queen, produced by YJO. Super dope. We love how it turned out. So so I'm kind of geeked here that we're just chatting and getting the chance to chop it up. So tell us a little bit about now. You said I asked you before we came on. You're kind of branching out and doing your own thing, man. Just kind of tell everybody, what's next for YJO and what to look out for, and just anything else where people can kind of get a hold of you if they need something or whatever, man. Floor is yours.
I mean, most of it is still going to be the same. It's not really like a real big transition for me because most of what I'm doing now is just
what you're doing.
That I'm not connected. Yeah, I'm just not connected to the label. It's not really a stoppage to what I'm doing, but
no.
As far as me, I'm kind of right now just doing my thing, really.
Producing, networking with artists, or they hit you up.
Yeah, it's the same. It's
a little bit of both.
Whether I reach out, a little bit of both. Yeah. Whether I reach out to somebody or they reach out to me, so forth and so on. Most of what I'm doing now is like I'm trying to incorporate more of like my technical side because like I can build apps and all of that stuff. So I'm like kind of incorporating like websites and apps and all of that stuff into my business, which I was doing before. But that's really what I'm kind of like the lane that I'm kind of sliding into. Really, I guess I would have to see where God is leading me at this point because because I mean I'm really not kind of like jumping into nothing, so to say. So it's kind of like it's just really me doing me. Nothing's really changed. That's why I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I'm still doing the same thing.
You know, and there's something to say about that too. Just kind of being in a space that is like you don't feel like, because I can attest to this a little bit. Not feeling like you have to be doing something. Because I'm kind of the guy that's like, you know, people be like, oh man, BRM, man, he just be working hard, be putting out music. And I always tell people, like, number one, I just love to do it. So like, if it's ever a point you're at a point where it's like you're not enjoying what you're doing, step away. I was kind of starting to get to a point a little bit when I started with the house stuff, where I was like almost feeling like a pressure to like put stuff out and do this and do that. And if you ever get to that point, stop and get away. I like where YJO is at. He's literally that. I'm not making fun of anything, but I like the fact that he doesn't even know basically how to answer the question, because you answered the question, but he's just in a space where he number one, doesn't sound worried about it. Number two, he just said it out of his lips. He wants to see where God's going to take him next. And number three, you know, I kind of like the business plan too. You kind of have some things. You have some things that you're working on, which is beneficial for the family, yourself, and that stuff. So I mean, priorities. You know, so priorities is a big deal too. So, anyways, no, I love that. For anybody who stops in and hears that statement, just take a little step back. If anything ever just doesn't seem or feel right, step back and yeah, you know. Anyways. Straight.
He's talking about you.
You talking about me?
BRM is out here talking about me.
He been talking about me this whole show, you know, on the down low. It's all good though.
The next time I reach out to somebody, they're gonna be like, "Why are you making fun of your guests? I ain't coming on there." No, dude, I love that though. You're a laid back dude, man. Even with my little conversations that we have, man, I love it. Like you give me that voice message, and I'm just like, YJO over there, he don't even care. This dude is just he's just over there just doing his thing. I'm like, I can just feel it. I can just feel the energy from this dude. Like, I like where this dude is at. I don't know. I like where he's at, man. Hey, we can chat. Let's chop it up for a couple minutes off the show, man. We got through all the videos tonight. There's one more I'm gonna play. I'm gonna save it for next week. Strid, man, anything else with the self-indulgence? Anything else that we kind of got into tonight that wasn't me making fun of anybody?
You got J.O. cracking up.
Yo, because he been dogging you this whole time.
No. Strid knows.
I know. I'm just going to say, man, we covered a lot on self-indulgence. That was a good topic for the show.
I enjoyed that, actually, yeah.
I would just say, man, when YJO was talking, and you was talking about, like, you know, asking him what he has planned or whatnot. I'm doing a show this Friday in a regular raps podcast talk show.
Yeah.
And I may invite you on the show too, YJO, in the future. You know,
yeah, he's got
to hit up some artists.
He's got another show.
You know,
I'm
it's dope.
I'm good.
So,
go ahead. I just want to say this Friday we're talking about planning your career. So I think, you know, even though, you know, YJO, you say you're just going with the flow, I think it's good for artists to have a good plan, because it sounds like you have a good business plan.
Yeah. Oh, I do. He's got a plan. Oh, I know he's got a plan.
Oh, he got a plan? He just ain't letting us know? Yeah. Okay. I got it. Keeping on it down low. Okay. But yeah, it's going to be
good to have a plan.
Yeah, it's good to have a plan. It's going to be this Friday at it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, dope.
So, anybody who's watching, tune in. I'm gonna have Victor Smith on the show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Knowledgeable. He's knowledgeable about the music industry.
Yeah.
About how to get better with your music as an artist, as a producer. So yeah.
That's dope, man.
Friday.
Y'all make sure you check out y'all make sure you check out Strid. You know, he does a great job with the show. Actually, I say this a lot, but I mean, Strid, I met Strid through one of his shows. I just submitted music to it, and during that show, I actually met Jay Dunn, who is the CEO of Rapture Ready Productions, who I'm part of. So like, that's where we all kind of met. And, you know, it shows like that, you know, I don't think the viewership was real high here tonight, but you never know, like somebody hops in and it's like, you know, and you build a relationship. So like, it's just cool that there's people who take time out of their days to do different shows like this. Strid's been doing it a long time and does a great job. So y'all check out Irregular Raps. He's always got some great stuff that he's talking about. Music biz, God, whatever you want to put in there, he talking about it. So dope, man. Well, YJO, appreciate you, man. I'm gonna drop.
For having me.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you hanging out, man. You good peeps, man. And I'm glad people had a, you know, if they stopped in and checked you out, they had a chance to kind of see what you about, man. So appreciate you, Strid, man. We'll be back next week. We'll be back, y'all, with music video reviews next week. If you want to submit, it's at 4DAGOAT Live, 4DAGOAT Live, and we will review your videos pretty much just about all the time, as long as it ain't profanity and all that stuff. So, all right, y'all stay on here, YJO, for a couple minutes here, and we'll let you get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.